you have to be not afraid to, try things that may fail and accept that as part of the job. And I find this is not the last expensive failure we're going to have in our history by a long shot. And I'm proud of it because that's the way we have to be.
Yeah. So, okay, so you spent a year basically on this idea that didn't work,
Exactly.
which I'm sure was hard. But then I guess, I mean, you discovered a way to essentially grow the leg hemoglobin by, I read, by putting it in yeast.
Putting it into the yeast cell, yeah.
And then by doing that, you can make it at scale. You can basically have lots of it.
Yeah. Then basically you just grow giant fermenter tanks full of the yeast and break open the yeast cells and extract the leg hemoglobin. And it's very scalable. The economics work well.
So you basically, from what I understand, like this is around 2012, 2013 that you really kind of start to produce this stuff at scale, and you continue to kind of iterate and work on this product until you got something pretty workable, not just workable, good enough to actually put out into the world. In 2016, the burger, the Impossible Burger, was launched, and you guys sort of formed a partnership with David Chang, the famous chef in New York of Momofuku Group. Tell me why you guys decided to do that instead of ship it to all the stores. You decide we're going to start with this one place. How did that? What was the thinking behind that?
I think it was something that was pretty obvious under the circumstances. So we've been in contact with a number of chefs that we would give samples of our product to just to get feedback because, again, the thing is we were not interested in launching a veggie burger. If it didn't satisfy a very hardcore meat lover, it wasn't going to move the needle on our mission. The main value we would get from launching our product at the time when we had very limited production capacity, the amount of money we could bring in from sales was irrelevant. Okay, the value of a sale to us is awareness and brand building, and the single most important message that we needed to deliver to consumers who never heard of us is delicious meat doesn't have to come from animals.
Yeah. And I should just mention, Pat, that just last year, you upgraded the recipe for the burger, and you went from just David Chang and a couple restaurants in 2016 to now they're everywhere, like 7,000 Burger King locations, right? Impossible, and there were shortages. People were waiting in line; they couldn't get them. So, how much do you have to produce of this stuff to meet demand now?
Unfortunately, that's one of those numbers that I think I'm not supposed to talk about, but I can just tell you, lots, many millions of pounds.
Are you able to meet demand?
Well, a big part of our fundraising is that it's exactly this: betting on our success. We have to be building capacity on the premise that the demand will be, many-fold greater than current sales, and have to keep doing that to stay ahead of the demand.
We have to talk about everything that's going on right now in the world with the effects of the pandemic and the economy. And I mean, has it affected your business?
Well, definitely we have to operate differently. I mean, I think, the workspace, our workspace is deliberately designed to be effectively one large space where people are in visual contact with a lot of their colleagues. It's very interactive environment. So it's quite compromising to a lot of the things that are important to us. And of course, R&D labs, the ability to do actual wet lab work, you can't do because even though it's essential to the future of the planet, it's not immediately essential to day-to-day life. It has to be happening. So the R&D operations basically, the people are still getting work done, planning experiments, analyzing data, stuff like that. But it's compromised. Manufacturing, it's complicated.
When you think about it, right? I mean, if you didn't ever do Impossible Foods and you were honored after your retirement at Stanford, and they would talk about the research you did in genetics and all the breakthroughs it led to, and but you went on to do this thing after you left Stanford. I mean, you left that safe, comfortable job. I mean, you started this business. has now reported to be valued at $4 billion. And I know that's not your motivation, but I mean, it is a fact. It's a value of $4 billion.